So it's me and some Chamber of Commerce members. You guys know who you are if you're watching this. Elliot. And we literally drew straws. And we said, whoever gets the shortest straw has to run for office.
Welcome to the Powerhouse Podcast, presented to you by Sac Life TV.
Hi, this is Topo Padilla, and I want to thank my family at Greg Padilla Bail Bonds for sponsoring the Powerhouse Podcast. We are always involved in the community, so if you ever find yourself in need of calling a bail bonds, you can call us at 446-BOND or find us at PadillaBailBonds.com. Sac Life TV and the Powerhouse Podcast want to thank Mosley Collins for his unwavering support of our podcast that keeps people informed. If you ever need legal help, call Mosley Collins Law at 444-4444. That's all fours for legal help. Welcome to the Powerhouse Podcast, where we talk about an array of subjects, have some great guests. And today I've got a guest on here that I've watched what he's done throughout our community, and always wanted to get to know him. And my good friend Ron Herman one day introduced us at a crab feed, and that's where
that was a good one.
That's where I got to know him, and then I started watching him and what he does in his community. He was appointed to the Rancho Cordova City Council, which is left vacant by the passing of council member Dan Skoglund. And he got into the city council. Then he was reelected in 2018 and 2022. He became the vice mayor. And by day, he has a job. He is the co-founder of Abso Technologies. They're headquartered in Gold River. And they have a holistic approach to delivering leading edge technology and solutions to businesses throughout Northern California. Today, this interview is going to focus on Garrett Gatewood as a man, what he's done, what he does. And I'm here to happily tell you he is now Rancho Cordova Mayor Garrett Gatewood. So congratulations on that happening.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So
well, thank you so much for first off, thank you for having me for this podcast. I've watched it for years and very excited to be on here. Always wanted to see what this room looked like. And now the lion is behind me. Excited about that. Didn't know what side I was going to be on, but now I'm with the grizzly bear, so we're good. So
I love it. Well, let's talk about you. Okay. Before this, we started, I wanted to get to know you a little bit more than sitting across from me at a fundraiser. Born and raised in Sacramento?
Born and raised in Sacramento. Went to high school at San Juan High School. Devout Catholic. Went to St. Mel's, if you guys know where that is, one of the best churches. And now a member of River City Christian. If you want to know really about me, you got to go back into my past. I am a mixed child. My mom is Danish royalty and my dad's African American. My dad was one of the first Black teachers in the San Juan School District. And so it was interesting. He's actually the first Black high school teacher. So Mays was a superintendent at the time. I love this story because it kind of goes back. My grandpa fought in World War II. I was a Tuskegee pilot. My dad was in Vietnam, and he got done with college and was in was in the soup kitchen lines, and got a call from the San Juan School District, and it was Mays, and he was like, "Hey, we have this rowdy bunch." And at the time, there was African American kids, and they were in a school, and they were having trouble controlling them, and so they didn't know how to get these kids under control. And my dad, I think this is back in disco days, because he had a giant afro and a whistle. Was nuts looking, and he said he went in there, and he's like what they didn't realize is kids are just kids. All you do have to put is a strong front in front of them, and then they'll start to learn. So he sat there, went in, he's like, "Sit down, shut up, I'm gonna teach you something." Kid sat down, and then I think almost 36 years plus teacher, administrator, VP, and just an amazing role model for me about what you can do if you put your head down. Our family motto is we never give up. Never. We've gone through a lot of hard times, and as a group, and now we're starting to succeed as a family, and I can only hope I can pass that kind of knowledge and faith on to my son.
So your dad deserves this. When did he teach, and where at?
He taught at San Juan High School from the day after Jesus Christ to the 2000s. So I think it was, when was that? 60s? When was the disco hat? Is that 70s?
70.
Yeah, 70s. Disco whistle when you guys wore the really tight clothing and one of those maneuvers. So that's when he was the 70s to right up into the 2000s. And then he got into administration. But his heart, my family has a need to always try to take that next step. So he decided to become a VP and then a principal. But I think his heart was always in office as being a teacher. Loved it, loved history, had the most interesting rooms. If you guys are from the Samuel High School, you know who Mr. Gatewood is, and you know about Jurassic Park. I'll say less. You know what we did to that room? Wrecked the gym. I'm so sorry, principal, about that. But my dad wanted to build a fully working Jurassic Park with a waterfall. Just we didn't realize there's wood on the basketball court. My mom, if you didn't go to Rio Mercado, she'd been there teaching for 42 years, head of the English department, one of the most educated women I've ever met in my life. And at the time, when they first got together, it was still during when black and white people weren't really allowed to have relationships. So she's had to go through that and have that stigma till nowadays where no one even bats an eye at it anymore. But it's fun because it's interesting because those two people, literally the strongest woman I've ever met, my wife, next to my wife is my mother, helped me, guide me, and my dad, who said, well, we can do anything in this family. We just got to put our head down and get it done. He's an amazing individual.
Well, I was worthy of opening this show up and talk about that, because now it tells me more about you. You, as I just announced, you're now the mayor of Rancho Cordova.
Yes.
What got you started in civic community work and going on to be on the city council?
So I had a different approach. So I knew Dan Skoglund, and Dan Skoglund, rest his soul, passed away, and I came from a business background. So immediately, you know that I hate all politicians. We hate them. All they do is take money from us. They're terrible human beings, scum of the earth. So we were on council, and I was with the Chamber of Commerce, and Dan had passed away, and we're like, we should run someone, because the government at the time was passing laws and not asking us. So Rancho Cordova is unique. We are the only city that's $130 million in the black. We have not only a very, I think my citizens are extremely educated and trusting of us, because we are a bootstrap city. So bootstrap city is different. We had to pull ourselves from the muck up to be what we are. We were an Air Force base, huge patriotism. And what happened is the Air Force base closed, and then all this bad stuff started to happen. And so we had when we became a city, 421 dilapidated cars got pulled out that year. They were taking immigrant populations and just shoving them into Rancho, and they weren't giving us a plan. We love the fact that we speak 90 different languages and have all the different colors in the world in our city. But we don't like is you're going to hand a group to us. You didn't give us any money. We don't have an educational plan for them. What are we supposed to do with this? So that's why we had to just put on this wall and become this city. So the business district represents almost a third of the revenue that comes in. So we wanted to have a voice. And when they say, hey, we need to raise taxes for XYZ, our group says, great. How long do you need it for? We're here to help because we want to protect our city. Put a bubble around us to say we're the most aggressive place to have open a business. We're the only ones that are still giving out revenues for a business to come in. We have property. And so we're sitting in this room and they're not listening to us anymore. And they're stopping business, and old feuds that don't matter anymore are still there. And so I was like, cool. So it's me and some Chamber of Commerce members. You guys know who you are if you're watching this. Elliot. And we literally drew straws. And we said, whoever gets the shortest straw has to run for office. So I was very unlucky that day. I don't know why you wanted this for me, God. But I went in there, met with the council members. I met an amazing, literally, I've met lots of politicians in my time, but the smartest one I ever met is a guy named Donald Terry. And he's like, Garrett, if you really want this, here's what it takes. And I heard all these stories. He's like, people are going to be in your business. they're going to look in your wife when she goes shopping. They're going to look in her grocery bag. Like, it's a huge ask because your business, which you got in for, is about to be hurt because the amount of time and energy it takes to do it. And I was like, but if I don't do it, then who's there to represent business ideals, and who's there to protect my son? Because if our business district ever goes away, Rancho goes away. I mean, we have 100,000 people roughly in the city of Rancho Cordova. We have 60,000 jobs. So almost for every person in Rancho Cordova, there's a job. Every working person in Rancho Cordova, there is a job for them in our city. You can't say that anywhere else. Our business district, we are so pro-business because we know that everyone else in the region will struggle, but we'll just lean on our district and say, like, how can we help you guys be more successful? We don't need to raise taxes. You know that we are the only city in the region that's dropped its property tax because we didn't need the money.
Wow.
We're like, why are we, like, it was funny because it was like 4 years in, the guy and the city manager comes to me and he's like, hey, Garrett, he's like, what do you want to do with this extra money? He's like, we could refinance and keep it. And I was like, why? I was like, we don't need it. Refinance, let the citizens have it. Let's drop property tax. And we're on the line that we can raise enough money through the business district and our partnerships. Like, why do we even need a property tax in general in Rancho Cordova if we can raise enough money to where we don't need it? Like, we have years of money in reserves. We have years of money for every day. I mean, we start our year, we're like, after we pay all our bills, we have $125 million. Name another city that's not struggling right now. And that's because we're one of the few contract cities, and two, we're very fiscally responsible, but we are crazy because we have a lot of fun. I'm sure there's more questions about fun, but I will entertain you with the weird stories of Rancho Cordova, which makes us fun. We're the only ones that do crazy stuff. We're like, because one, we have the revenue, and two, we really want to push to the edge because we're too young to know. We don't have like these big walls or these big problems that stop people having. We're like, well, let's just try it and see what happens. Oh, that was a mistake. My bad on that one.
Yeah. Well, you said something earlier, and I know you mean it, but you don't mean it. I mean, about politicians. I mean, I know a lot of them, just like you do, right? And not all of them are in it to be enriched.
Right.
You look at a man like Ken Cooley, who I think the world of him, one of the people that helped create Rancho Cordova, and then went on to service in the assembly. There are a lot of good people. The ones that you and I despise are the people about lining their pockets and having their NGOs get money.
If you turn politics into a business, you're a bad person. You don't need to be here. Like, if you go back to the founders were all business owners that had land. They were farmers, but they were business owners that had land. That's how you started this whole thing. And they were annoyed they had to be there. I find that the best politicians. You're like, I could be here right now, but I'm losing money and family time every minute I sit here. I'm willing to sacrifice for my city because I love Rancho Cordova. That is my heart. My family's there. My businesses are there. And I want to see it strive. And when politicians get in, like, I don't mind even battling with politicians that I don't see eye to eye with, as long as I know you're just trying to fight for your citizenry. Like, I have King Cooley's original badge. He gave it to Donald Terry, and Donald Terry gave it to me for the city of Rancho Cordova, and I'm hopefully going to pass it down to the next city councilman, because in the end, those politicians are the ones that matter. And honestly, you don't make any money. What's funny about Rancho Cordova, and people don't know this, city councilman, I actually have a negative balance at the city because we use the health coverage thing and it doesn't cover it. So I actually end up having to pay to be a city councilman of Rancho Cordova, which is funny because I'm like, my wife's like, how do we have a zero? Your check is zero. I'm like, it's zero. Actually, it's negative 200. Really appreciate that. But it's funny because no one that's at local politics makes money. No one does. You do this because you love it and you want to take care of it. And I could imagine myself disappearing because I've heard of guys that go to Congress and they spend 20 years and they don't do anything. I literally have helped my favorite city in the world take steps that are going to affect my kids' kids in a positive manner. I know a guy he said in the Senate, and he says, I can't remember a bill that did anything that I was able to pass.
Yeah,
I was
it
like
is.
my pastor, and this is an interesting story. When I first got in, because I'm very devout when it comes to my religion, I sat with it and I'm really scared that I'm going to go in there and lose my faith, because I've heard about all these horrible stories and that they get up there and all of a sudden you lose your faith. And so my pastor's like, he's like, let me see if I can find something for you. So we started something called Oaks in Office. Well, we didn't start it, but there was something called Oaks in Office. But Oaks in Office was for like the president and stuff like that. So he goes and gets it and he's like, let's start this locally. And let's make sure your faith matches your politics. And what people don't understand is faith kind of works hand in hand with politics. And I'm a Christian or a Catholic, covering Catholic. Love you guys. And so I want to make sure that if you want to know where my beliefs are, it's in a little black book and I follow it. And that's how you can know where I'm going to vote and stand on certain things. And I just wanted to see what the Bible said about everything from homelessness to taxes. And I was like, is there something I'm doing? And it was relief to me that Oaks in Office, thanks to my pastor, started. And now because we started locally there, I think we're up to in 40 countries and almost like 3,000 members that are following this Oaks in Office, because it's saying everyone needs to engage. Don't be just because you're a Christian or devout doesn't mean you shouldn't be in office. We need all these flavors to start getting engaged in governance because it helps. And so I just find that as long as I can walk with my faith and my governance, it just for transparency, I am part of the Democratic Party, one of the few Black Democrats in the region. I think there's 6 of us now, and a couple of them are leaving office. Love you guys. Thank you for leading the pathway. But it's nice to have those type of things to help me move forward.
Well, I wouldn't have known that. And just like Ken Cooley always said, if you go back to him, I didn't know if he was a Democrat or Republican. Of course, I did know he was a Democrat, but he didn't, because he voted for what was right. And I hope and pray you follow that lead. I think you will, is that it's doing for the right thing for all of us. So I want to talk about, areas of interest to you. Obviously, you've said a lot, but technology, you're into technology, AI. Rancho Cordova is building this big, huge system of bringing these companies in, inviting them. What do you have about that?
Oh my God. So the thing is, there is so much. Okay. So when I got into office, no politician really understands technology. I am a technologist. I own a company. It's called Abso Technology. It's based here in Tennessee. I was able to walk alongside and get the first Indian female who's also a technologist. She works for a big semiconductor company, and they're now in there. And so what this stage with extra revenue stage set for us is, how do we take Rancho Cordova? We probably don't know this, but Rancho Cordova used to build rockets. So the joke about it takes a rocket scientist actually was real in our city. So we have a legacy of having very highly educated people in our city. We've just forgotten that. And so we're now putting that back. With the help of AI, this is an amazing group, and hopefully you guys can get them on, called HMCI. And they are taking us into the next arena when it comes to technology. Rancho Cordova, through AI technology, not only will it be like, brass tacks, it can turn into millions of dollars that are going to come into our district that are going to take us even more in the back. I would love to, with all the infrastructure put in place, make our city like $600 million in the black, like something crazy. Be the first $1 billion city.
Could you loan some to California?
Listen, stop that. Listen, I changed my mind. We are not going to have any money, and I apologize. Yeah. We're actually broke. We're broke too. It just hello. Yeah, just got the phone call. The money's all gone.
You might be disclosing.
Please don't look in our bank accounts. There's nothing there. Yeah. No, but this group came in and they're like, Garrett, so that Sacramento is a legacy city. It's old, it's proud, it has some decisions to make, and it's trying to find itself. But every major county region has 2 major cities in it. Well, how do you decide who the next person is? So we as a region need that second city, and I think it's going to be us. Rancho Cordova is the new AI hub of the region. Not only do we have our own airport, just like Sacramento, the difference is we have the largest company in the world, Solidigm and NVIDIA, moving into Rancho Cordova. Now, think about that. They're a $4 trillion company. We went to this big thing at DC and they were like, let's talk about tech. They're like, we're making a relationship with like Botswana, Africa, Italy, and Rancho Cordova. And then everyone bought out their phones. They're like, okay, so Rancho is near Spain, or is it, what country is that? And we're like,
Gold River.
it's a city in between two cities in California and Sacramento, and it's a little above that, and it's about 100 grand. And you're like, wait, so what do they have that's special? What they have is governance that's not going to get in their way.
Oh, God bless.
We have revenue for days. We're creative. We're technologists, so we can look at it and be like, when someone says you want to do AI and they're like semiconductors, they're not the same thing. I actually understand that. I want to take it something like kindergarten to career, because AI can build this for us. And what this is going to be, tons of jobs are about to flow into Rancho Cordova. The problem is people might get caught slipping. We are the fastest growing city in California, one of the I think we're the 5th. But what's happening is the businesses are starting to wake up and be like, let me go buy something now while I see everything getting ready to explode. Because once everything lands, it'll be, I mean, the baseline was about 45,000 extra jobs. I think we'll have, again, more jobs than citizens in our city. Like, that's what this AI ecosphere means to them, because no one understands it, but we do, because we're a technologist. We're like, here's where you make money as a city. I know how to now see that. Here's where the jobs are. I have the school districts all engaged. They're like, we're with you guys. We're with you. What do we do to create the employees? The business leaders are coming along like, we need employees. District, and they're like, no one's like, we don't want this. Everyone's like, how can we get this done? I had to take staff alongside because governance is not a business. So they don't know how to run like a business. I'm like, listen, guys, we're going to run like a startup. So this is new for everyone. There's no no's, right? There's just, how can we get this done in a timely fashion? And how does it make sure that it always has an ROI back to the city to make it so it's very attractive? Because here's the thing. Once I'm done doing this in Rancho Cordova and making this successful, we're not going to like starve out the other cities. If people don't know this, us small politicians, small but proud politicians, all we want to do is make sure our citizens are safe, make sure the roads are safe, and make sure that you can get the facilities that you need. But we just don't have the money. What if I, through Rancho Cordova, was able to create something that I can put in other cities that will generate the revenue to take care of you? I want to see Folsom is having trouble. I want them healthy. Citrus Heights have trouble for years. I want them healthy. Anywhere Rancho touches, we're going to take our idea and be like, this is how you implement. This is what we want to see for you. You do it with us. Because AI is so huge, it could take care of the whole region. The Rancho Cordova, Sacramento County region. See how I flipped it and put us at the front? Love you, Sacramento. I apologize in advance. Please don't tow my car. But that's the kind of things that's going to happen. This is what the AI ecosphere builds for us.
So you just said something about kindergarten, and before the show we talked about in Belgium, when you get to high school, you pick what trade you want to go in. Can you guys have the effect on the Rancho Cordova School District, right, to make the school district a school district that has trade schools? Because then you're going to get people that want to bring their kids there. Go, not everybody can be a rocket scientist. Not everybody can be an accountant. We need people that know how to pour concrete, build houses, produce TV shows.
It's so funny that you actually said that, because that's so important to us, that we basically fought with the district in a friendly way to make the first trade school. I think we're building the first trade school in the last 60 years. And it's going to be that. It's going to partner with the unions to have union jobs. It's going to partner with the white collar jobs. What we're going to do is build it, because all we care about when you're done with high school is that you have a career. I don't care where you're going, but we're not letting you pop out of high school not having a path, because it's critically important. Fun story. We were doing economic development and they brought in this specialist and they're like, Garrett. And they're like, what do you want? And I was like, I'm going to ask you a question. Since you're the specialist, you've worked all up and down the city. So this is a good question. I'll ask you. What job makes the best citizens?
Wow. What job makes the best citizens? one that you have to show up and go into the office every day.
Right. So they're like, we've never been asked that before, because they're like, how do you judge that? And I was like, listen, here's what I want. Solid family, job you have to go to every day, and that you have time to invest in your kids and the community after your job. And those trade school jobs are just so critical for that, because those ones, you start your day early, you end afternoons. Those are our coaches, our volunteers, always in the trades. So it's thank you, Jen Lorette and the Folsom Cordova School District, for being able to walk this path and bring us our first trade school, and understanding we're a blue collar city that understands its path and wants to take those steps with her.
Well, I want to end this on something I think is so exciting for this entire region, and that is downtown Dova.
There you go.
And Cordova Arena. Cordova Arena, when I heard about it, I went, what? But Garrett, now I get it. Mayor, now I get it. Now I get it. You guys are thinking way ahead, just like they do in Singapore. They think 50 years ahead. Tell us about the downtown.
Oh my God. So
yeah,
I thank you, Josh Woods, for bringing this opportunity to the city of Rancho Cordova, because no one thought that we would be able to take an idea like a stadium and put it in the city of Rancho Cordova. It's going to be 6,500 seats. It's going to have 3 hotels, 2 condos around it, and it's going to be our new downtown. And what the excitement is everyone they're like, what are we doing? I was like, this thing is the entertainment. Rancho Cordova has never had entertainment or restaurants or stuff like that. We are going to pull the entire region into Rancho Cordova. And what this gives us is the entertainment side. So not only we're going to make millions of dollars with our AI ecosphere, thank you, HMCI, but now, thanks to Cosper and Josh, they're building this mega stadium. We already lined up, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but you're going to hear it anyways. We've lined up professional soccer. Already got lined up. Do you remember the Knights?
Yeah.
They're back.
Yeah.
We're going to be in Rancho Cordova. May have an R in front of it, but we love you, and they're going to be there. We have professional, like what we have some fighting, we have entertainment on what are they called, the concerts, and then we even have a guy that has a little bit of gas. His name's Tyson, maybe opening some restaurants in our city. And think about all the energy we're pushing into our city. And I said to my staff, and is that we are going to make Rancho Cordova the spot. We are the next epicenter of the region. It's us in downtown Sacramento.
Well, Mayor Gatewood, you are full of energy, full of excitement. I'm going to say this. The city of Rancho Cordova is lucky to have you. The state of California is lucky to have people like you and the people in your city council that do what you do. I hope we can teach other cities. I hope other cities will fall. I mean, we got to work on Stockton. God bless them. Something's got to be done there. So I want to thank you for being here. You have just been full of energy. Heck, you could have done this yourself, but you've done a great job for Rancho Cordova. God bless you. Thank you for everything you do, and to your parents. They've brought a great man on this earth. So with that being said, thank you for tuning into the Powerhouse Podcast. Great interview today, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, this is Topo Padilla, and I want to thank my family at Greg Padilla Bail Bonds for sponsoring the Powerhouse Podcast. We are always involved in the community. So if you ever find yourself in need of calling a bail bonds, you can call us at 446-BOND or find us at PadillaBailBonds.com. Sac Life TV and the Powerhouse Podcast want to thank Mosley Collins for his unwavering support of our podcast that keeps people informed. If you ever need legal help, call Mosley Collins Law at 444-4444. That's all fours for legal help. Well, thanks for tuning in to the Powerhouse Podcast, where we bring you fair and balanced discussions on the issues shaping our community. We welcome your input, opposing viewpoints, and guest recommendations, because every voice matters. Have a topic or a guest in mind? Email us at php@saclife.tv.